Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Amplify, where we like to highlight and spotlight ladies that are fancy. My guest,
So
Suha,
fancy today.
Suha with Z Technology. Oh my God, Z Technology Solutions. Ah, yes, sorry about that. Welcome, Suha. Thank you always. Thank
Thank
you
you
always.
so much for having me again,
Of
Delilah.
of course. And we started chatting it up before we started recording. And we just needed to hit the record button. Our
Sometimes
conversation.
the conversation starts and you go, dang, I should have recorded that.
Yes, I know. So we were talking because Suha has been just on it. I mean, on fire on LinkedIn. So congratulations.
Thank you.
You made that conscious decision to just be consistent, gaining traction and trust.
Yep.
And now you're reaping the rewards. It took some time.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, it took some time, but you're now reaping the rewards. But this is something that we constantly, myself, Suha, folks in our industry that have a platform, a voice, humbly speaking, that we have to let you guys know it is not easy. It's not a cakewalk. It's not.
Not at all. Oh my God. I mean, and the thing is, I mean, as we were just talking, none of us have PR firms behind us who are
No.
putting our contact for us and scheduling. We're doing all of that while we're doing our daily work, while we're
Yes.
taking care of everything else in our personal life, in our professional lives. And so, I mean, like you said, at the beginning of this year, I decided, you know what? I'm going to go all in. I'm going to just see how far I can take this thing.
Yeah.
I had some traction. People knew who Suha Zehl was. People knew the services that I provided, but I wasn't getting traction. I wasn't getting the visibility that I wanted. I wasn't getting
Okay.
the engage. And by engagement, I don't mean like the likes and the comments and stuff. I couldn't really, maybe in the beginning I cared a lot about that, but to me, it's the things that happen behind the scenes. It's the DMs that I get. It's the calls that I get. It's people
Yes.
asking about things. It took I mean, here we are in August, and I started in January, really all in. So you're looking at 8 months, and this was the first time that I actually started having people reach out to me directly. They're not commenting on my stuff. They're not engaging with my posts, but they let me know in the DM, hey, we saw your post and we want to talk about this. Or we'd love you to come and speak at our conference. And and the thing is, because we're doing it ourselves, you can't let your foot off the brake, off the gas. You
Yes.
have to keep going. Just because I'm actually getting traction now, you know what? There's 100 other Suhas out there who are just as qualified, just as good, great subject matter experts. So you have to differentiate yourself. You have
Yeah.
to put yourself out there, and you have to keep doing it.
Yeah. I agree with everything. It is just because you are getting people sending you messages, reaching out to you, starting to have those conversations does not mean that you just stop.
Oh, good. I'm glad I made it. That's it.
No, you do not. No, you
Uh-uh.
do not. Because we also talked about how starting a conversation and by the time they actually begin to work with us can take months. Months.
Yeah, I mean, case in point, you and I were just talking about this. We have a mutual client,
Yes.
and my conversation with that client started back in February.
Okay.
We finally signed an agreement, and I'm actually going to be working with that client at the end of last month. So, I mean, so if you look at it from February to end of July, that was 5 months. And it's not like it was, like they didn't want to engage. It's just our industry moves slow for
It
whatever
does.
reason. They move slow, and it has to take time. It takes time. You have to build that trust. You have to build that credibility with them. They have to know and understand and appreciate the value that you're adding. And it isn't really until you hit that inflection point where
Yeah.
they go, you know what, she is the right person.
Yep.
That's when the conversation turns, and it's like nonstop from there. You just hit the ground running and you go.
And during that time, when you guys are working on your relationship, on your agreement, during that time, you still have to be consistent. You still have to show up. You have to do all the things and maybe a little bit more
More.
to showcase to them that they are making the right choice.
Exactly, exactly. Because again, just because they reached out and asked and you had that initial conversation, you had that
Mhm.
initial discovery, they're still checking you out.
Oh,
They're still
absolutely.
seeing what you're doing. They're
Yeah.
still going on your LinkedIn. They're
Oh,
still
yeah.
checking what you're doing, who your clients are, what kind of things you are involved in, what kind of things you talk about, where your subject matter expertise is,
Mhm.
and are you really living to the things that you've told them? Are you living up to that? Are you really showcasing and demonstrating that you are really the subject matter expert that you say you are? You really
Absolutely.
are bringing the value that you say you will bring.
Yeah. I agree with you. And not only is it on LinkedIn, which is my main page. LinkedIn is my main
Hmm.
social media platform, even though it's geared towards the business aspect, but it is still a social media platform, which, by the way, I will continue to share. LinkedIn is the number one platform that gives you the most Google juice. I will leave it there. It really does.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
but Suha and I are connected on Facebook, we're connected on IG, we're connected on other social media platforms, and your messaging has to flow.
Reflect the social media platform that you are
Yes,
engaging on.
the same message and what you're portraying on LinkedIn has to flow into
Mhm.
Facebook and IG. Now, mines are actually personal, they're not business accounts, but the messaging is consistent. And also, what they see is what they want to align with. It's not like I'm putting something out there on LinkedIn and not that same person on Facebook and IG. So
Yeah,
that's
it
another.
has to be, yeah, they have
Yes,
to see that continuity.
correct. They have to understand, what you represent, what's important, what the message, and it flow across all platforms. And trust and believe, these companies and organizations that are looking to partner with you, they will do their research. They will
Hmm.
Google you, they will call some other people about
Yep.
you. So
Yep.
it is extremely important that you are on your P's and Q's at all times, not only in person, right? Because you can run into them at an event or a conference, but on social media
Absolutely.
as well. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And here's the other thing that I found out, which to me it was interesting, but it actually kind of like really shed the light on that. I had that aha moment. So I
Okay.
also have a business page on LinkedIn for my company. And
Mhm.
in the beginning, I was posting a lot from the business page
Okay.
because I thought that's what I was supposed to do, to actually brand the business. And what
Mhm.
I have found over the last 8, 9 months is that people really don't want to work with the business. They want to work with you. They want to
Cor
work with Delilah. They want to work with Suha. Suha happens to work for Z Technology Solutions. That's great.
Yeah.
But they don't care about Z Technology Solutions. They
Mm-mm.
care about Suha. They want
Yeah.
to know who Suha is. And so I had to kind of shift my whole social media strategy so that it's actually me who's posting. I'm the one who's sharing. And then I repost it from my business page, but it's actually me. I find that to be a turning point for me. When I
Yeah.
started to do that, I found that that really resonated with people because then they started to know who I am.
Absolutely, 100%. It is me doing all the work. And even for some of my clients that I do manage their social media pages, because I speak mortgage and know the industry, they do not know the difference between it being my client or
Yeah,
myself. And
yeah,
that's one of the things it is with working someone like Suha or working with someone like myself, because we are leaders in the industry with decades of experience under our mortgage belt, right? We are able to really give you some valuable um just insights. Some
insights. Yeah.
I mean, it's so different versus, like you said, if you have a PR firm, and there's nothing wrong with PR firms. Don't
No, hey, if I could afford it and I wouldn't have to do all of this, believe me, I would, but I'm not in that space.
Yeah,
I'm not at that level.
neither am I. And I'm not looking, just so that I'm not
And I'm
really,
not looking, exactly. I'm not looking at this point.
no, I'm not either. But that's the difference between working with folks like ourselves and
Yeah.
or going outside, is that we speak mortgage, we speak technology, we speak homeownership. And I'm just so, like I said, I cheer for you, I support you, I am so proud, and I love to have you on because you're a walking testimony to the power of, I don't want it to just be me. Like, I can talk about me, you see me, but I want it to come from somebody else who's doing pretty much the same thing. We have very similar strategies, but she's doing it in the AI technology space and she is seeing results. So the fact that we're in different channels in our industry, you're AI, I'm more like social media, video and stuff like that, but we're on the same path with similar strategies. It's working for both of us. And it will work for you too as well, whoever's
It
watching.
will. Yeah, I mean, it will. And I mean, one of the things that I heard a few years ago, if you see her, you can be her. I'm not saying I'm like that special or I'm
Yeah, you are.
that rock star, but I think people, women, young professionals need to see us stepping up like this, need to see us putting
Great.
in the work, doing the hard things, having the uncomfortable conversations with ourselves, let alone with others, so that they know they can do it as well.
Oh yeah. And we've touched, and that could be another topic in the future. The you see us out here on at events, conferences, or on LinkedIn. It is not easy.
Yeah.
It is not easy. So, Suha, where will you be next?
Oh wow. Okay, so in September I'm going to be at three different events. I'm going to be at the Reaching Millions Free Home USA conference. I'm going to be at Digital Mortgage, and I'm going to be virtually on a webinar as well. So the first two events are actually in person.
In
One
person.
is in
But
Denver, the other is in San Diego. And the webinar, the virtual webinar, obviously will be on a Zoom meeting. And
got
then
it.
in October, I will be at Digital Mortgage and at MBA Annual. So
Yep, I will
I've
see
got
you at
about
the deal.
6 more coming up in the next couple of months.
Awesome. Well, again, if you have not connected with Suha, please do. She is everything AI, and I just absolutely love being aligned with her, her brand, her company, and I thank you
Oh, thank
always
you.
for being
Thank
a
you
guest.
so much, Delilah.
If you want to be on Amplify, definitely feel free to reach out, email me, send me a message. And with that, thank you for watching another episode of Amplify, because we have movers and shakers and fancy ladies like Suha. Thank you.
Thanks.